Good afternoon. It seems I'm often asked to speak after lunch because I have a big voice, but I'm going to be very brief. I just want to express my thanks to Lori and MacArthur and Vanderbilt for the extraordinary privilege I have to be one of only two judges who sit in the room with these incredibly brilliant researchers, scientists, and legal theorists. I like to think of myself as sort of the canary in the mine, or in the lab, if you will, to give them a grounding in real-world judicial and legal experience. So I'm delighted that you all are here, and this panel has a big job ahead of itself to match the extraordinary performances we've seen this morning, but I know that they can do it. Stephen Moore said this morning, law is standards and rules. Of course, as we know, Justice Holmes said law is a prediction of how a court will make a decision. Both Justice Holmes and Stephen Morse are correct. Decision-making is the coin of the realm, is it not, in the legal sphere? And so this panel is entirely appropriate to present to you some of the extraordinary challenges that researchers and the legal system as a whole will face in improving our decision-making. And of course, what lies most often just beneath the surface, but what I think is important to bring to the surface is the question of race. Given our legal, cultural, social, political history, we dare not ever proceed in any scientific or other field without confronting frontally and honestly and openly the question of race. On the Court of Appeals on which I sit, several years ago, the court, before I got there, the court made a decision in a case in which a trial judge, having been asked by a defense lawyer in a criminal case representing an African-American defendant, to ask the prospective jurors during the voir dire process what for me is a typical question that I always ask, and most judges to my knowledge ask, would the fact that the defendant is an African-American affect your ability to serve fairly and impartially as a juror in this case? In all honesty, I can't imagine why a judge would refuse, when requested by a defense lawyer, to ask that question. In this particular case, the district judge refused to do so, and the Court of Appeals affirmed on the theory that there was no abuse of discretion. It's my hope that, among other things, this incredible work that's going on brain science, implicit bias, and the related work, the studies that are ongoing, will help us do a better job as judges, as jurors, as lawyers, and as expert witnesses to achieve substantial justice. And so your presence here today, you prosecutors, you judges, you lawyers, you're contributing to the growth of this work, and it's very important work. So we're delighted to hear from Dr. Drogan and Dr. Phelps and Professor Owens, and we look forward to your questions. Thank you.